Hey, beautiful ladies. Welcome to today's episode. Welcome to the podcast. Whether you're here all the time or you're new here, welcome. And I'm so happy that you are here. So, a little bit of a fun episode for you today. I have been doing this annually, at least. This is at least the second annual report on the upcoming trends. I think I might have done it for 3 years, though. I'm not positive. The years are blurring on together. So, I got this data from the MindBody app. They did this whole research study, and I am using their findings to let you all know. And I just really was curious for myself what they think is going to be hot for 2024. So that was my sources here was again the MindBody app, which you'll notice a lot of this is tailored to like figuring out, it seems like class styles and things, because MindBody is usually an app used for booking at studios, but not all of it. So either way, I thought it was interesting and thought I'd share that with you. Sorry, excuse the cough. So I think there's 6. I believe I've got 6. Yep. Top MindBody has released its 2024 predictions report revealing the top 6 wellness trends that consumers and businesses can expect in the coming year. Now, this is on Athle, ATHLE, technews.com if you want to look at it yourself. Number 1, I was so excited to see this on here, is strength training. Strength training leads the 2024 predictions report. Oh my goodness. So if you are newer here, holy cow, this is what I talk about all the time. And if you're not newer here, you're like, oh, wow, Brittany, did you actually write this? Is this your pen name here? But no, this is just very exciting that I am always talking about strength training and high protein amidst other things. And strength training was the very first thing. It said, as MindBody's report points out, strength training offers numerous benefits, including improved mobility and flexibility, all of these things. About strength training. Strength training offers something for everyone, so on and so forth. So I am thrilled to see this. I love that this is the trend, not like we're finally, I feel like seeing a little bit of a shift away from all the HIIT. HIIT is okay. It has a place. I myself program in HIIT once or twice a week for people who are looking for fat loss specifically, or just want to get in some cardio and don't have a lot of time. HIIT's a great option because you can do more in less time, but strength training has got to be the bones of your program. Little shout out for myself and my programs here, which is that all of my programs are rooted in strength training, from the prenatal program down to our fat loss program, down to our monthly workout group. So this, you will see, this has been the trend forever since I've been the trainer in charge of my own stuff. We have leaned towards strength training. So happy to see that here, but also check out my programs if you want it all planned out for you, because strength training can be scary for those who are newer. It's easier to just think like, I'll just go for a walk or I'll just go for a run because I don't know what to do. But it is wise to have someone guide you, especially in form, if you're newer to strength training. All right. Trend number 2 is the social side of wellness. I saw this and was like, wow, yeah, I totally agree. So it says consumers can expect to see an increase in events hosted at salons, barbershops, and spas to build community and brand exposure. And it's funny, in our area this past year, there were a ton of combined events with fitness and spirituality. So different, like, come have a night of stretching and praying the rosary and support this cause. Or I went to a spin ride that was to raise funds for a religious organization and things like that. So I have seen this, and I think that part of it too is like this big push on community aspects after COVID. Like, we're all just happy to have events. And I think it's cool. I mean, a lot of times we see like sip and shop, like an alcohol event paired with something else, which I also love. So not dissing that at all. Like, I will sip and shop all day. That sounds great. But I also love the idea of like spinning for a good cause and getting tacos after. Like, that's also great. So that was really cool. Okay. Number 3 is show me the science. It says, in an age of doubt, consumers have come to expect science-based products and services and are predicted to become increasingly discerning over what they consume and use in their daily life. So basically saying that a trend would be to use things that are supported by research. Now, again, I'm just going to say here, that has been the MO around here in Healthy Catholic Moms from day one that I only use the most effective and, research-based, science-based exercises and methods and all that stuff. So I love that. I think it shows that we're all thinking about what we're doing rather than just taking it blindly. All right, that was half of them already. Number 4 says don't sleep on rest. It said that as people continue to burn the candle at both ends, a backlash against busy has developed, with consumers realizing sleep deprivation doesn't equal a gold star. So Mindbody predicts sleep hygiene will catch on with consumers. So very cool. Again, another thing I've talked about a lot, but I've talked about more recently in this last year. So I do think that this has been like a hot topic just around the health and wellness world in general. Like, you need sleep. So do what you need to do. Obviously, people are going to try to sell you a million things because they're talking about how this is predicting consumer reports and things. You may not need a new mattress. You may not need a new pillow. You may not need a wearable sleep tracker. You may not need any of these things. I have a 7-year-old mattress. I know that because we got it when we got married. So like, okay, 7 years. I have never worn a sleep tracker. I had like Walmart pillows up until last year where I got like a decent pillow for the first time. So the pillow is like the only decent thing I have. But truly, it mostly comes down to giving yourself enough time to be in bed. And then obviously a lot of us have the huge caveat and asterisk of if our kids sleep and if our kids cooperate with that. But that is the trend. So there you go. 2 more, I believe. Yeah, 2 more. And the 5th little trend that Mindbody is predicting is a demand for cold and heat therapies will continue to surge. Almost a quarter of consumers have experimented with cold or heat activities such as cold plunging and infrared saunas. So this is really interesting. I've talked about both a little bit on the podcast, and maybe we'll get more into it then for this year in 2024. My husband just brought this up with me the other day because he was like, are you going to start running out and jumping in the snow again this year? Because last year I was doing that in 2023. Started out by, as soon as my feet hit the floor, which was early, putting my bathing suit on, going outside up to like my neck in the snow and sitting there for as long as I could handle it, coming back in. This fell off somewhere between it getting the snow going away. So it getting too difficult for me to do this without like an actual cold plunge tub. And besides the idea of like filling up my own tub with cold water every morning, which I definitely could do. My water bill wouldn't love that, but anyways, and getting pregnant. So at some point, like that fell off in between where I'm like, yeah, I'm not doing that anymore. But interesting, saunas have had data forever that they, boast a ton of health benefits. So that would be interesting to chat about in the coming months. Let me know your thoughts, or if you have it. I know some of you I've talked to on coaching calls and stuff. And I'm like, I know you can't do like an 18-step morning program. And you're like, I actually do have a sauna. I'm like, oh, wow. Okay. So they're becoming more mainstream. All right. Last one is Mindbody predicts that some leading boutique fitness operators will design classes and offerings for a more mature set of fitness enthusiasts, and that older adults will head to fitness studios in larger numbers than before. And the title of this one was Boomers Join the Wellness Craze. So it sounds like they're expecting that it says older wellness enthusiasts, especially those who are retired, may desire the community aspect of group fitness as a way to mingle and make new friends. So if you are maybe in the more boomer age range listening to this, thinking like, is it too late for me? Or, am I ever going to be more fit or whatever? There you have it. It is, you are on trend this year to make a big comeback. And don't be, I loved when I taught in-person classes. I loved the variety of ages we'd have in class, that there was somebody that was there who could be my mom or older, was older than my own mom, taking the class amidst an 18-year-old, amidst someone who brought their teenage kids. Like, I love that. So fitness is for everybody. And I like that that's on here. So again, that was on athletechnews.com. You heard it here first. This is, the predictions for 2024. So do with it what you will, but I really hope you will strength train, because everyone should be doing that and sleeping. All right. Next episode, we're going to talk about 3 game changers for me from 2023. I did a similar episode to this last year where there's actually only one. I talked about one habit that changed my entire year. and I should go back and listen to it. I believe it was adding silent prayer time into my day, if I'm not wrong. So it's not health and fitness related necessarily, but this year I'm going to share with you 3 game changers that I had that really did change my whole flow of my days, my year. I felt I benefited from on the whole. So that's on deck. And then on double deck, we're going to talk about goal setting in the next episode after that for 2024. So hopefully, maybe something that I share in the next episode of things that really helped my year this year will maybe be helpful to you. And then we'll get to goal setting after that. All right, ladies, I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll talk to you next time.